guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading will be a mid-monthly reading for the month of March 2018. So really focusing on the last couple of weeks of the month, from the 15th through the end of the month, but specifically looking at the areas of career and finance and love and relationships. For the career and finance portion of the reading, I'll be using the Wheel of the Year Tarot deck by Scarabeo, and I'll pull an oracle card from the Sacred Traveler deck, and that's by Denise Lynn. And for the love and romance relationships part of the reading, I'll use the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid, and we'll pull an additional oracle card from Romance Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Just a reminder, these are general readings. The messages may or may not resonate with you. I would encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but also your moon and your rising sign. That way you will get, a more complete overview of what's going on for you during the last 2 weeks of the month. And obviously the only way to get a truly personalized reading focusing on you and what's going on in your life right now would be to get a private reading from me. If you're interested, take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. And there you'll find all of the pricing as well as the types of videos that I offer, the video readings. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Right, so once again, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in 1 second for your reading. Bye for now. Hi Virgo, hope you're doing well and are having a good first half of the month of March. So I'm here to get into your reading, focusing on love and relationships and career and finances. So we'll start off with the career and finance portion of the reading, which are the cards that you see along the back here, and I will show them to you as I go through. And then we'll go, move on to the love and relationships. So the card that you have in the past position, so as we head into the last 2 weeks of the month, so from the middle of March through the end of the month, we have the Chariot. This is Major Arcana, number 7. Okay. In the present position, you have the 4 of Pentacles. And in the outbound position, or the future energy, as we leave the month of March, heading into April, you have Major Arcana, number 20, Judgment. And the card that was at the bottom of the deck, so the overall energy for career and finance for the next 2 weeks, you have the Queen of Chalices. And I will get to the oracle card. I'll read you the full meaning for the card at the end of this reading. But you have Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. Okay, so starting off, let's start off with this overall energy of the Queen of Chalices. So this is the Queen of Cups in the traditional tarot. And the Suit of Cups has to do with our emotions, our feelings. It has to do with relationships as well. It's how our feelings and emotions also affect, other areas of our lives, or how they sort of push us through life, how we handle people and situations, right? With this being a queen, this could actually be a person. We know that when we have court cards in a reading, they can be actual people that we're dealing with that are playing a significant role in, what is going on in this area, for example, career and finance over the next couple of weeks. If so, typically this would be an older water sign female. Doesn't necessarily have to be female. In the general readings, it could be male or female. But typically an older water sign individual, so Scorpio or Cancer or Pisces. And she is somebody who is she's a very warm and loving individual. She's very sensitive. She's quite intuitive, because also the Suit of Water, of Cups, has to do with our intuition, right? Psychic abilities. So she's somebody who is, she's quite intuitive. She's also very caring. She loves to take care of others. She's very, she's as a mother, she's, she really looks after her children as a as a girlfriend, or, you know, as a wife. She's, you know, she's all about loving those around her. You know, she's very compassionate, very warm. She's very nice, you know, a nice person generally for you to deal with. Now, this could be, again, a person that you're dealing with. This could be you taking on this energy, right? Or this could also just be a situation or an event that you're dealing with. And as you know, as this does have to do with career and finances, this could be somebody within your workplace who is playing a significant role. If so, then this person would generally be, you know, quite an understanding individual, quite generous, very wise as well. If this is you taking on the energy, then this, you know, it could be you kind of looking at whatever is going on in the area of career and finance, but dealing with it, you know, in a more compassionate way, but, you know, seeing it in a very fair or again, compassionate manner, right? Let's see how she ties in with the other cards here, because it is the overall energy. We have two major arcana cards, right? And then in the middle sits the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Chariot card in the past position, generally this is a card, we think of it as a card of victory. It's a card of movement, forward movement. So for some of you, there could have been, you know, something that possibly during the past couple of weeks, even going back to last month, you might have been dealing with some type of move, possibly with regards to your job. Maybe this was a something that you were weighing up, you know, a career that was outside of, you know, where you're currently living. For others, this could have been a physical move, you know, like a home move, moving city, moving state. As it's the Chariot, we usually think of it as, you know, crossing land. So this could have to do with you know, this physical move. It's also a time of, you know, sort of heading towards new destinations. You know, it's a card that really speaks of, let me show you here. This one, he's holding the reins. In some of the decks, the Chariot card is shown as, you know, the person guiding the horses is doing so without even holding the reins, you know. So it's all about, and you see that the horses here, we have sort of the light and dark energy, so yin and yang. So it's a it's a card of balance. It's also a card of control, and, you know, you having control over the situation or over where things are going with regards to that situation. But he is holding the sunflower, right? You see that he's been guided here by the sunflower. So, you know, it could have been some type of news that came in with regards to this, you know, this job. There could have been some type of awakening, you know, this feeling of new enthusiasm, you know, heading towards whatever this new opportunity is in the past position. Now you're here in this present, right? With the present card is the Four of Pentacles, which Pentacles is, you know, it's your energy, right? It's earth energy. And the Suit of Pentacles has to do with the material things in life. So we usually associate it with, you know, those things that are tangible here in the material realm, such as, you know, money, possessions, the work that we do, the money that we earn for the work that we do. It has to do with education, our homes. It has to do with prosperity, right? But this Four, it's a card that, if you can see, let me hold him up again. He has quite a great deal of financial or of you know, material prosperity here. You see that he has, you know, a whole sack full of coins. So he's, you know, he's managed to work very hard and save up, you know. But you see the look on his face. I mean, a lot of times this card is referred to as the miser card, which is, you know, it does kind of have a negative meaning at times, because, you know, it's good to obviously focus on your finances and to want to save money and, you know, prepare for things in the future that, you know, you're not that might come up. It's always good to try to set a little bit of money aside if possible. But there are times where we run the risk of turning into this sort of selfish, this miser kind of figure, right? So it's all about focusing too much on possessions, focusing too much on holding on to what we have, being unwilling and incapable of sharing of what we have with other people. So, for some of you, there could have been a move. This could just be, you're at this time, you're very worried or focusing on your finances, possibly because this move, you spent more than you were planning to spend. You're just trying to kind of, hold on to what you have, which is fine. But, with regards to money, the idea is to allow it to flow, allow it to go and to come. It's that back and forth, the give, the receive. When we have this miser type of mentality, it blocks, it kind of puts a block on allowing things to flow. So, this could just be a kind of a cautionary card that if things are a little difficult on the finance front, don't run the risk of, trying to keep it too much to yourself, right? Your money and everything. Like, it's good to try to save, but also to, not take it to the extreme of not being willing to give to others, to share, to help. It's that type of warning coming in here. For others, this could just be you, very focused on, you have been working hard. You have managed to, to accrue quite a lot of wealth, possibly this chariot, it is heading in this direction. Possibly this chariot did bring in some additional resources for you that, maybe you didn't have before. And now because you haven't had them, and you're feeling good about having this extra money or extra, whatever this might be, that you don't want to lose it again, or you don't want to lose it, so it's that type of energy. Sorry, I had to pause, my phone started ringing. Which leads us here to the outbound energy of the Judgment card. Now again, this is, we have the second major arcana. So out of 4 cards, 2 of them are major arcana cards, and you see how if we put them up next to each other, sorry for the glare, you see how she's, he's holding up the sunflower. He's holding up this, what he was heading towards, this new beautiful, possibly job, opportunity, and she's gazing up into the light. You see that? So it's kind of like they're facing each other. And this does, it does appear in the outbound position. We do have, this, even though everything is very cold and grim around her, right? It's all very icy and cold looking. She is looking up at this bright light, and that light is shining down on these little flowers down here. So even though the ground is, it looks as though there's not much, or it would be quite hard for things to grow, for things to prosper here, for things to blossom, there are, right? And there are things coming through. And so the Judgment card usually speaks of, a major, obviously with the major arcana cards, these are significant messages, right? This is divine timing at play. This is divine intervention. And the Judgment card speaks of, leaving. It's time to leave things in the past, right? It's time to leave behind the past and whatever the past kind of had, or is linked or tied to the past. So new beginnings, right? It's time for possibly a difficult decision, a significant decision. It's time for a fresh start, starting off on a new path. It's all about the, through endings or through death comes new beginnings, right? Comes a new beginning, a new light, new opportunities. And also this miser is sort of staring, she's also staring at this miser. So, for some of you, I would say that this new beginning here, it really does call for you to leave. If there was any type of, financial hardship in the past, you're being asked to leave that behind, move towards this light, go in search of this new opportunity, because it is definitely divinely blessed. And if we look at this Queen of Chalices, Queen of Cups, as just energy, as, a situation or event, this is it's all about, feeling very fulfilled. It's a great amount of happiness, of feeling, of kind of having everything that you want. It's not, obviously it's not the wish card, it's not the 9 or 10 of chalices, but she's a very, a compassionate figure. She's somebody who looks very happy. She's very happy with what she has. So it's about, this new beginning that brings, or that could bring you great emotional joy, right? Great fulfillment here. And it's all about moving down this path. So moving towards whatever this new thing is, leaving behind, these obstacles. And it's also the end of a difficult cycle here. So, if things have been quite difficult as far as finances go, then, this is a new beginning for you. Whatever this Chariot was brought in, or this movement that was needed, but there's a definite ending here and a new beginning that's going to bring you more, happiness. It's going to bring you more, possibly, success. And we do have, the Gates of Triumph card that came out as your additional oracle message. It's a beautiful card. The Gates of Triumph, let me read you. I like to read the full meaning for the oracle cards. And this one says, the gates of triumph are waiting to open deep and wide for you. Inner and outer success is coming your way. Thriving is a state of mind. Accept that you can reach any goal you desire, and even more victories will expand in your life. The more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune will pour into your life. The sacred traveler wants you to know, arriving in a foreign hamlet, wreaths of flowers are placed around the sacred traveler's shoulders. The townspeople celebrate and honor the traveler. The village elders know the challenges faced and overcome and are welcoming with open arms. If a situation knocks you over, get up and brush yourself off and discover what you have learned. You aren't a failure if you fall down, only if you stay down. So keep going and believe in yourself. This is what true success is. Acknowledge your accomplishments in life. They are more than you imagine. Victory, good fortune, and triumph are at hand. Which is all about this Chariot card here, right? And overcoming. And, I think that the message, it really ties in with the other cards here. So something that you're overcoming, arriving in a new place, which was, with this Chariot card, and then victory, and understanding that, no matter how hard things have been, just pick yourself up. You're still here. Look at, there are still things blooming. It's a new beginning. Start over. And, there's definitely success at hand here for a number of you watching, I would say. So, interesting. Came in more as finance as opposed to career. But, you could look at it as this is a new position possibly that you're going after. So it could go definitely, both ways here. All right, let's move on to the love and relationships part of the reading. So we have in the past position, the Four of Air. Okay, this would be the Four of Swords. In the present, the Page of Fire, or the Page of Wands. And in the outbound position, we have the Three of Water, or the Three of Cups. And the overall energy for the next couple of weeks is, love this card, the Ten of Water, the Ten of Cups. Makes me smile every time I see it. And the oracle message from the Romance Angels Oracle card deck is new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay, so beginning with our happy Buddha. So the Ten of Water is, it's the happy home and family card. It's a card of of great blessings, abundance. Again, it's the suit of water, right? We have the Queen of Chalices or the Queen of Cups over here. So same same energy, right? Of the suit of water, which deals with our feelings and our emotions, right? It's and how those sort of push us and move us through life. The Ten of Water is a very, it's a very beautiful card. It speaks of good fortune. It speaks um, of all being well with the world, right? All being well with you feeling in a very, emotionally good place right now, and everything is kind of flowing easily, right? Everything feels very effortless. So you're feeling, you're feeling very happy with yourself. This could be you feeling happy with, a new relationship possibly, which we'll get into. But it's, it's definitely a card that speaks of great happiness and satisfaction and basically, all being right in the world. There's a definite focus here on family, because this card doesn't actually show it, but in the traditional tarot, the Ten of Cups is kind of the culmination of the Two of Cups, the soulmate card, because, they get married, then there's the wedding, and then the Ten of Cups usually shows the happy families. It's the couple with the child. It's this beautiful, happily ever after card. So let's see how this ties in with the other cards. We have the Four of Air. So the Four of Air would be, or air energy, is the suit of swords, and it has to do with our thoughts. It has to do with it's mental energy, right? Our intellect, how we communicate with other people. It's cerebral energy. So it's all about it's action, but it's also dealing with other people and, how we use our intellect to deal with other people. Now, the Four of Swords is a card of usually of rest, recuperation. It's a card of healing, recovery. Sometimes this card appears if you've been through some type of surgery. Then, we have the Four of Swords, which is recovering from that. Others, if you have, been through a difficult period in a relationship, this is you just taking time out to reflect, right? You sort of withdraw, reflect, recuperate, both mentally, physically, and figure out, where you're going from here. So for some of you, does appear in the past position. So, for some of you, you could have ended a relationship, right? Going back a month, possibly, maybe even a couple of months. And then you took this time out for yourself. You took time to reflect on what had happened. You took time out to rest and kind of gain a new perspective before moving on. Figuring out where or what it is or was that you wanted from this point. Which brings us to the present. And, in the present, we have this Page of Fire, and fire energy has to do with action, right? It's all about what's the daily matters in life, but it also has to do with turning our intentions into action. So, with this Four of Air big in the past position, and this was possibly you reflecting, planning next steps. This Page of Fire comes in, and fire is all about intention, right? And transforming things, and it's creative energy. It has to do with the work that we do, our daily chores, around the house. But it's also your own determination, right? It has to do with determination, our own kind of ambition and passion for going after things, for getting things accomplished. And the pages, usually in the tarot, pages bring in messages, right? It could be a person. Obviously, this is a court card here. So this could be an actual person, coming in that brings in a significant message. If so, then this would typically be a younger fire sign individual. So Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, male or female, but a younger, teenager, early 20s. But I tend to view it more as a situation or an event. So just, a message coming in, something that makes you feel, very excited, you're very passionate about. Could be a new, this new idea, a new project. In a relationship, I mean, this could be, news of something that comes in that, that brings you, or that you feel very excited about, because, it is a suit that has to do with feeling very passionate about something. Sometimes this page of fire can be news coming in, news coming in from a distance, right? News from afar. You could be, this could be somebody who, maybe you have been communicating with this person, but this person has been at a distance. Sometimes this has to do with an exciting proposal coming in, news of an exciting proposal. Something to do with overseas, abroad, somebody at a distance. Which brings you to, as you leave the month, there's this a lot of, positive energy here with this Three of Water, because the Three of Water card is a celebration card. And, with the Ten of Water is the overall energy, and, celebration, and this kind of all is right with the world and happiness. This could be some type of news of a proposal coming in, and then this Three of Water is the celebration, because it can be just, as simple as a get-together, right? This Three of Water is about coming together with other people, enjoying spending time with those other people, sharing of your time, friendships, right? But it can also have to do with, a significant celebration, such as, a wedding or an engagement party, or, if somebody has had a child, going to like the christening, or if somebody's having a baby, going to the baby shower. So it's getting together, spending time with other people, enjoying that, the camaraderie of being around those people, or being, with this small community of friends and family. And again, we did have the Ten of Water here, which has, it definitely has to do with family. So for some of you, there could be, news coming in from afar, that and there will be, some type of celebration. Again, could have to do with a wedding, news of a birth, christening, whatever it is. I mean, you're leaving the month feeling, celebrating and feeling very happy, right? Feeling very pleased with whatever this news is. If this is more within a relationship as opposed to sort of family, this could be, you took time out for yourself. Maybe you ended a relationship or got out of a relationship. There could be something starting up, some news coming in. Again, I keep getting this dealing with somebody at a distance. So maybe you've had like an online relationship, right? Maybe there's been back and forth with somebody online, some online dating, or somebody at a distance. But then there's news coming in, there's something. And this person generally, if this is a person, this Page of Fire, he or she is usually, quite passionate, quite creative, thinks outside of the box, a very different type of individual. Excuse me. And then there's, there's a celebration as you leave the month. So this could be, a celebration within the relationship, taking the relationship to the next level, celebrating, whatever that might be within the relationship. Sometimes it can definitely represent a pregnancy. So for some of you, there could be news of a pregnancy. Could be news of, again, of a birth, pregnancy, weddings. I keep going back to that, proposals. And then with family is just the, sort of the main theme for the next couple of weeks. And then we do have this new love card. Now let me read you. I like to read the full description for the cards. And the new love says, the romance angels have sent you this card like a Valentine greeting, signaling the introduction of someone new into your love life. Perhaps you've recently met this person and your interest was piqued. This card validates that your connection was mutual and real. It is safe for you to explore it, and the romance angels will guide your actions accordingly. of course, if you are already in a committed relationship, you'll want to consult your angels and perhaps a counselor or other trusted person to get insight into your feelings. While running into the arms of a suitor may sound passionate, the reality of guilt over the affair will soon weigh heavily upon you. It's better to confront the issues within your present relationship that left your emotional doors open for someone else. This card can also mean that you'll soon meet a new person. In these cases, the romance angels are asking you to keep the faith that love is in your cards. You deserve love and you are lovable. The angels guide you to be aware, as you never know when your partner will arrive. And again, we had this news from afar here. So, and this is new, possibly a new relationship coming in here. So, I can see that I'm getting different messages for different groups. I think for some of you, that could definitely be, after a period of taking time out for yourself, there could be news of a new love coming in. There could be a new person who comes in and, catches your eye and you're quite interested in that person and, brings about maybe you meet this person at a gathering, or maybe there's some type of celebration, if you go to a wedding, maybe this is, or if you go to some, like what was I saying? A baby shower. Sorry, mine went blank. Maybe you'll end up meeting somebody like that in an unexpected place, but there's definitely, news coming in, possibly to do with pregnancy, birth, new relationships starting up. But I mean, it's whatever this is, it's going to bring you, a great deal of happiness. You're going to, as you leave the month of March, heading into April, you're feeling very emotionally fulfilled, and it looks as if all is right in your world. So looks like it's going to be a great rest of the month for you, Virgo. So I thank you for joining me here today. I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. Take care, and just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.